I'm going to bring you back in a second.
All right.
All right, we're live.
Good
Go
evening,
ahead,
everyone.
Mike.
Yeah, what's going on? We just jump right into it. So, hey, everybody. Good.
All right, Matt.
As soon as he started, man, he lost his sound. That's crazy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fighting News TF Insanity.
It is insane. We can't get our sound to work, but that's just Mike.
Yeah.
So we have a good show tonight. We have two great guests. The first gentleman has been making waves in BKFC, Howard Davis. He had a spectacular finish, first round, right?
First round.
Yeah, Saturday night's event. So we're going to bring him on, and his trainer, Ada Velez, is going to come on a little bit later. So without further ado, you know Steve, you know me. This is Matt. Mike will be on sometime. Let's bring on Howard Davis.
What's
There he
up,
is.
Howard?
What's up, guys?
On a win streak. What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, feeling blessed, just thankful and grateful.
Yeah, tell us about that fight. Tell us about that finish. That was pretty spectacular there. What was going through your mind?
I appreciate it. To be honest, just repetition, going over the same things in camp during sparring with my coach Ada Velez, working the game plan and executing it. We come into camp, we watch our opponent here and there. We don't overwatch the opponent. We don't watch him too less. We set the game plan, and thank God that everything went according to plan.
Yeah, and you're untouched. You know, how are the hands? Your hands good?
Hands good. I didn't even get hit. I was working on defense so much because his main thing is trying to cut people with his knuckles. His last fight when he won, even though to me he was losing, he got knocked down and everything. He cut the guy and he stopped it, but Dr. Stop it. So my main thing and focus this count was, you know, defense, defense, slipping, moving, fast feet. I know he wasn't stronger or more fast than me, but I wanted to make sure my boxing showed and my footwork showed.
Right, right. How long have you been training with Ada Velez?
Since earlier this year. After the fight with Kai, I switched trainers, not because of my trainer. B3 is a great trainer, but it's just the people that we were connected with. And everything that happened last year, it was too close to home. So I just wanted to separate myself from that. And since then, I'm 2-0, two knockouts, one main event, one co-main event.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How has your strategy changed with Ada? How has it changed, or what has she brought new
It hasn't
to the
changed. She
game?
just improved on the stuff that I'm already good at. And, added her expertise. She's a former world champion. She's been around a while against top level men and women. So, and then she's a southpaw. So, that was my first time fighting a southpaw as an opponent. And I'm a switch hitter. A lot of people don't know that. I came out against James Brown and southpaw. I'm pretty sure that messed his head up. We had that as the game plan. So that first knockdown I got with the uppercut, it was planned. Cause we worked an uppercut in the back, but not from the southpaw. We worked on it from the orthodox. Once I came out southpaw, he couldn't touch me, and I'm jabbing him to the body, throwing my lead hooks, stuff like that. And I switched. He tried to come in thinking that I'm still southpaw when I was orthodox, and that's how he got hit with that uppercut. And why his missed and mine's landed. Little stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you just as comfortable southpaw as orthodox, or what?
Yeah, it's a crazy story. My first trainer, Coach Mace, God rest his soul, he thought for some reason I was left-handed when he first was teaching me boxing when I came to his gym when I was like 22, 23. And I learned everything in southpaw, movement, like the basic steps, the fundamentals, the jab, the left hand. But it was always kind of uncomfortable for me. But I still, I was good at it. I was still strong, still had power in the left hand. And then when I left his gym and went to another gym, a trainer just noticed and he like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm right-handed. He said, then you're supposed to be in a different stance. And I tried that, and it was really up from there because I just got more comfortable because I'm a right hand fighter, but it was good because I learned southpaw from the beginning, so it like stuck with me. It's like muscle memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good skill to have, man, and not many people can pull it off because it's just so
Yeah,
awkward, you know.
yeah. Being in southpaw definitely if you're not used to it and you're orthodox, try to get the southpaw, it's not gonna. Your, your footwork is gonna lack. Your defense is gonna lack. Even your offense.
How do you like being at 155, Howard?
It's amazing. I mean, I'm 6-0 with 6 knockouts, undefeated at
Yeah.
155.
So is that the game plan to stay in 155?
For now, but when the opportunity opens up to go fight Kai, I'm dropping everything to go fight him because I know he can't beat me. Like a healthy me and my mental and my physical, he can't beat me. He knows that. So they did
That's
everything they could
what
last
you
year to
want.
destroy me and to not have me at my best. And kudos to them. They got it. He was at his best. I was at my worst. Still fought him good. Still got fight of the night. I won fight of the night like 3 times against him, Jimmy Rivera, and I just won it just now. So, when I came into BKFC, I didn't fight a dude that was 0-1, 1-0. Like I fought Rusty Crowder. Rusty Crowder had like 13 fights. He was like 7-6. He fought some of the best dudes that was in bare knuckle at the time. So I never took the easy route. I never turned down a contract. Nothing. So everybody talk about my opponents, and just like James Brown was saying, where did they find my last opponent when he started the beef? They seen him on the side of the road. The dude that he just fought and barely beat was 1-1. The dude I just fought and knocked out in the second round was 3-1. But
Yeah.
people don't do their research. They just talk. So it was a real good feeling to really stop him from talking and show him that it's levels. Like I fought Jimmy Rivera in my 3rd fight. Jimmy has like 30 fights, bro. Like I never took the easy route.
Yeah. So if they say, Howard, write the story that you want, who do you want next? Or who do you want like your goal is to fight Kai again for the belt if he still
My
has it?
my goal is to take that belt from him. Even if he doesn't have the belt, I still want to fight him just to show him that, yo, bro, you had a good night that one night, but you really not on my level. That's what I want to show him.
Nice. So you're at 145 or 155, whichever fight they want to give you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt he'll come to 155, but if he does, I love that. But I even told him I'll go down to 150, 145 and get him. Like I'm not tripping about it. I just managed my weight better this time. I came in really under because it was cold up there, the altitude, everything like that. That was my first time fighting out of Florida. It was a lot of odds I went against, but I still, took the challenge because I feel like I can beat him regardless of all that. And I came up short. It happens. But this time I'm prepared. I know what to do. I know how to go out to a place with high altitude early and not just for a week and a half. You got to be out there for a whole month to get accustomed to the altitude, or you can get altitude poisoning. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't know then that I know now. So, I'm thankful for that. I may have been broken last year in a lot of ways, but, God made me anew this year. I got baptized, and all blessings are raining down on me because I give my praise to God all day, every day.
All right, man. And how has this whole BKFC thing changed your life? How is what's been the biggest change in your life since you've been doing this?
Just purpose. I didn't know my purpose at first. I was trying to the fighting scene and in the amateurs, but not too long because I wasn't able to train as much because I was already a grown man. I got kids. I got to take care of the family. So I worked a lot, and I come into an amateur fight only training for a few days a week when kids and other people training for months. So I was always at a disadvantage. I won some belts, kept my head down, kept grinding, and when it was time to go pro, I just put it all on the line and did what I had to do. So bare knuckle was the perfect opportunity for me to like give me like a platform to like leapfrog off that if I do want to get into professional boxing. But the opportunities that Dave Feldman have created for me, Nelson Lopez, my manager Victor Demesman, all them people that's been around that's helped me and got me along the way, and even Ryan Perez. Like I wouldn't be in bare knuckle if it wasn't probably for Ryan Perez and Jared K. Gotti. So even respect to them because like I'm not gonna act like all these people didn't help me along the way.
Yeah, man. Mike, you got any questions for Howard?
Yeah, I think my mic is finally working now, isn't it? So that's a good start. What's up, HT? How you doing, bud?
What's up, bro? I haven't talked to you in a minute.
Yeah, it has been a while for sure. So congratulations on the last fight. Obviously, great victory for you. And it's like what they were saying. It seems like you're just improving with each fight. It really does. It seems like there's just a little technical adjustments that you make each time just to improve each and every time. So is that really the goal? I know you touched on it a little bit already. Are you just trying to find those little technical aspects where you can kind of look back? Do you look back at the tape and then work with Ada and figure it out?
Yeah, for sure. Not even just looking back at it, doing it in sparring. Like the fact that Sean Wilson hit me with that overhand right, and I prepared for it for like months or weeks, whatever. Like it was unacceptable because the whole fight, the first round, I avoided it. I stayed away from it. He tried to pressure me. I pivoted out, stepped out. I was boxing very great. I was check hooking. I was jabbing, and then I got too greedy and stayed too long and really ran into his overhand right, which is his best punch. Good thing I got a chin, took it well, and that kind of took his heart out of the whole fight because he always kept saying that he really don't care about the fight. He don't care about me. If he hits me the right way, da da da, and he hit me the perfect way. I'm not a typical person that goes down from a hard hit. I'm just I've been hit hard my whole life in different ways, mentally, physically, and I never let it keep me down.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about your training for a minute here. So,
Yeah.
kind of a multi-part question though. So, one is, how many rounds of sparring do you actually prepare for a fight, and then hold on to that answer for a second. Assumably, obviously, you're in the ring with gloves doing that. When you're outside of the ring and you're working on the bags, are you simply doing it bare knuckle?
The amount of rounds I put in for sparring, usually I keep track, but probably just for this fight, it's probably close to 100, maybe more, maybe a little less. But I sparred, I don't know how many different sparring partners I had: southpaw, orthodox, short, tall. Because James Brown saying he was gonna put pressure on me, and just preparing for future opponents like Kai or Jeremy Stevens or just anybody that's in the radar of me being able to fight them. So a lot of rounds of sparring, a lot of different sparring, a lot of sometimes just defense and letting the other person work and really throw real punches. But I'm on my just defensive, my footwork. Like I work on a lot of different things. Hitting the bags, hit the bags with 16 ounce, 10 ounce, 8 ounce, and then no gloves. Same thing with same thing with mitt work. I try to mix it up.
Okay, so you have a variety. You go through a
Yeah,
variety.
yeah.
How much notice do you typically get? I know it's not always the same with the fights. You always know, hey, look, they're coming back to Hollywood. I know they're going to be here in 4 months. I know I'm on that card already, type of thing, or what?
No, not really. I'm never guaranteed a spot in Hollywood. Maybe after this performance, I'm always guaranteed a spot because a lot of people want money off betting on me. So maybe my ticket sales will go up and stuff like that because sales have been kind of, up and down. I've lost some fights that people feel like I shouldn't have lost. The fight with Louis happened at the Hard Rock when I got my eye cut, even though, it wasn't my decision to stop the fight. It is what it is. It happens how it happens. So, but you lose fans when you're not undefeated. It's just like boxing. So, I don't really get a big heads up. If my manager locks it in, sometimes I may get a month, maybe a month and a half. But that's why I stay ready. I don't really get out of camp. I'm always training. I'm always sparring. I'm always looking for ways to get better. I'm always in shape, condition. Maybe not fight condition, but I can always do rounds of sparring. I can always pick up where I left off and be right to it. You know what I mean? It's just a flip of the switch. And once I'm in fight camp, I'm in fight camp. Everybody sees the difference.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've answered the question right there. I mean, your fight camp itself doesn't have to be very long because you're already prepared beforehand.
Yeah,
so.
I stay ready. Yeah, I was in the Team Combat League this year, so it was a lot of experience I picked up from that. A lot of dudes that's levels above people that's in BKFC. I fought nothing but undefeated fighters. I fought a dude who was 13-0 with 11 knockouts, and his trainer is a dad to a ex-world champion. So, and I'm in there holding my own with these people that's boxed longer than me. That actually their whole thing is boxing. There's no bare knuckle. There's no clinch.
Yeah, that's in the Team Combat League, right?
Yeah, Team Combat League.
Yeah.
Howard, how surreal was it that you're in the co-main event at the Hard Rock and Conor McGregor is watching you fight? The biggest name in combat sports.
To have Conor just acknowledge me at the press conference and say that it's high level guys in BKFC and to compliment me on my skills and the shots I landed and to see the difference from other fighters on the card, it was big because Conor's really big on that. he wasn't in the ring with Floyd Mayweather for no reason. Like, he knows what he's doing. He isn't like a double champ in the UFC when he was for no reason. Like, guy really, guy really knows the stuff. So it's all respect.
Yeah,
I didn't really know he was out there. Like, I knew, but I put it out of my mind because people tell me there's a lot of celebrities out there, a lot of superstars, but I don't get hung up on that because at the time of the day and the night, I feel like I'm the biggest star tonight. Like, I'm going to take control. I'm going to get everybody's attention because I'm the one that's fighting. I worry about all the other stuff after that.
right.
Yeah, man. Are you going to continue with that Team Combat League, or I know the
Yeah, I
season's
mean,
over?
yeah, it's coming up next year. Hopefully, I can get on the team again, get some wins this time because I couldn't get no damn wins this season because we was fighting out of state so much, and the judges was just. If you see the fights and you judge, you're like, yeah, Howard definitely won that fight, but then they give it to the other guys. So, I mean,
Yeah, I
yeah,
I've watched that since it first started. I know some of the coaches, some of the fighters, or whatever. And I
yeah.
can't believe you have a team from Miami. Let's say you fight the team from Atlanta, but you're fighting in like Pittsburgh or something.
Nah, it's
You
never like that. It's now this year. We fight in Atlanta in Atlanta. We're fighting Orlando in Orlando. We're fighting Philly in Philly, and the judges was killing us.
Yeah, well, that's good because sometimes they have these teams flying all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah. But that's good experience though, because like you said before, they're mixing levels in that league. They're mixing guys that have no experience with guys that have already had pro careers and all that. So
exactly. The last person I fought actually from Philly when I fought in Cali, like a month or two before my fight, was a southpaw. So it was a great experience. I tested what I did on James Brown with him. My game plan, I came out against a southpaw and southpaw, and I held my own. So that's what I did with James Brown. I knew it'll work once I switched back to my regular stance because I don't think he had the mindset that I was going to come out of southpaw nor switch in between the rounds. So, I really planned on staying in southpaw the whole time, the first round, but I knew that uppercut was coming. I shot a naked right hand, and he retreated so far back that I knew that he's going to be watching for the straight right hand because when you're orthodox, that's the perfect shot when you're going against a southpaw. But he stepped in for uppercut, and I timed him so well that the nearest thing was that uppercut, and he didn't even see it. So when it hit him, he almost came off his feet. That's what people were telling me. So it
yeah,
was a perfect shot. It was very calculated. Game plan got executed. So I'm proud of the results. The fight against Sean Wilson earlier in March, I wasn't really happy. I beat him in the second round. And it was my comeback fight after the loss. I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. So this whole time I've been like, I want a spectacular finish. I want to really like do something that I've been working on, and that's one of the things I was working on. So I can actually say I'm very, very happy with this win.
yeah. So who do you think your toughest opponent has been so far in
Toughest
BKFC?
opponent, hands down, has been Jimmy Rivera, most likely, because his experience and just the fact that he was so short, and I thought he was going to pressure me, and he real deal tried to outbox me, and he landed some good shots in the overhand and stuff like that. So it was very hard to hit him because Jimmy's so short, but he has very good head movement and footwork. He can actually box. So if him and Kai fight, I do lean towards Jimmy getting that win. From experience of fighting both of them, and he was my toughest opponent for
Yeah.
sure.
What about sparring partners? Who's the toughest guy you've ever been in there in sparring?
Bryce Baba Yaga. That man is very hard to hit, very hard to keep up with his pace. Just a very technical, sharp dude, powerful. He has everything, to be honest. So me sparring him has helped me elevate my boxing and my bare knuckle game to another level.
Yeah, yeah. Bryce he's a great kid, also.
Nah, he's an amazing person. That's like my little brother.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like
We're
my little
looking.
big brother.
That's right. See, he's taller than you, right?
He's tall as hell, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's ranked at that 155 weight class.
Yeah.
This past weekend we saw two people fight: Steve Tomahawk Townsend versus Jeremy Smith. They're friends, and they said if they want us to fight, we fight.
would you ever fight Bryce? Would you fight him in bare knuckle if he came, if the opportunity arose?
We talked about it, and I would never want to fight like somebody I know like that
Hi,
with that deep of a
HD.
connection, because I've been knowing Bryce since he was shorter than me, since he was a kid. Like
Yeah.
we grew up in our first gym together, Boston gym. But me and Bryce also talked about, if it made both of us the right amount of money for our family, it'll be all respect and love. Like we can fight and still be cool. Like it'll be nothing like that. But that's not something that me or him are gunning for. Like I said, that's like my little brother. It'd be so weird because like
Yeah.
my opponents, it's not like I hate them or anything like that. But it's like, and it'd be like that's somebody that like I got real love for. You know what I mean? So it'll definitely be like something I wouldn't want to do. But if they $1 million the Bryce family, $1 million the Howard family, we can go out there and put on one of the best bare knuckle fights that y'all ever seen. No, seriously, like if it's the benefit of our family and while we're doing this, that's totally different. If it really paid dividends, but it couldn't be for something that's like, oh yeah, you guys just gonna fight. And I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like that's really my brother. Like it's something, like even if the money was high and he didn't want to, I'm like, fuck it, hey, we're not gonna do it. But if you, yeah, man, hey, man, let's go out there and give him a show, and there's all respect. Vontae, what's up, fam? My bad. I'm doing this podcast. Hey, Boo Man, look at Vontae. Vontae. My bad, guys. I just seen one of my friends.
No worries. No worries. Yeah. So
You want to ask you real quick? Let me ask you this because I know we got Ada and she was having some technical difficulties. Steve's been trying to get her on, but right before we bring her in here, so obviously you're having a lot of success here with everything you're doing. What's the goal? Do you want to actually stand up there and be like a division BKFC champion, or are you looking at, hey, if there's boxing opportunities out there, would you start going in and chasing a title that way? Like, what would the plan be here?
I've been told by multiple trainers that like I can be a world champion in boxing. They see me come in, spar their undefeated pros. They're like, if you really work just the boxing, and you can be a world champion in boxing. Because they see how I train, they see the length, they see the speed, they see the defense, the footwork, the switching, and obviously I can fight at a lower weight. I probably fight at 140 for boxing. I'm obviously going to have the advantage in height and reach. But bare knuckles blowing up so big and it's so new and it's so fresh and so raw. And me and Connor, we have a relationship now. I want to do right by bare knuckle and just be one of the biggest stars ever in bare knuckle, like current and like whenever I'm out of it. I want to leave my mark, definitely.
Okay, nice. Let's see how we doing with Ada. Is she ready to come on now?
she's ready. She's ready. She's
Yeah,
ready.
please let her come on because I got to go eat and I'll have my friend waiting for like 30 minutes. He about to body slam me.
Okay.
All right.
Let's bring her in right. Can we do that, guys? Can I bring
Yes,
All right.
Matt.
All right.
All right, guys.
Go ahead, Mike.
See you guys.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Howard.
No problem.
right.
No problem.
Take it
Thanks
easy,
for
Howard.
coming
Good
on.
seeing you, man.
Take it easy, bud.
Likewise.
See you soon. All right, everyone. That was Howard H.D. Davis, the BKFC, talk about. Everybody knows this guy. You see him around. He dyes the hair a little back and forth, but today he didn't have the fresh set of gold up top. But, he's almost unrecognizable without it, right? That's his signature thing. But, on fight night, you usually typically would see it. So, we do have another special guest for you tonight. She was having some technical difficulties, like we said. I think Steve finally worked it all out with her. She's backstage, Steve. Am I right?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to bring her on now. She is HD's boxing trainer and coach. She's a boxing trainer and coach to many others as well. She is a world famous boxing Hall of Fame, and she's a multi-division and multi-time world boxing champion. And she is Ada Velez. Welcome to the show, Ada.
What's up? What's up? What's
Hey.
up?
Hey, what's up? Man? How you doing?
There
What's
she is.
happening? What's happening?
How you doing?
Taking it one day at a time. I'm tired.
One day at a time. So, how are you still celebrating Howard's victory from Saturday, or are you
Man,
on to other things?
I'm resting. I'm resting. It's a handful to train these boys, at the gym, but it's a big accomplishment that we have achieved. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, tell us about how old were you when you started boxing? Let's start from
Well,
the beginning.
I started at 25. At 25, I was weighing over 200 pounds with a baby in my hand, and I just did it for just fitness. I didn't want to involve myself with no boxing. I just wanted to just lose weight, feel healthy, and lose that weight and look good.
And then what made you want to step in the ring and hurt someone and possibly get hurt yourself?
Well, there was a ultimatum that they gave me. Um, they will pay my rent, buy me a car, and take care of my son and put him in private school. And I
Oh,
took that chance. I was like, "Am I that good?" I'm like, I don't see it, but they say yes. You're not gonna be just a world champion. You're gonna be a multi-world champion. And I did not still be, didn't believe them. And that was Bert Rodriguez and Bonnie Canino, who I started with, and I couldn't believe it. But they took well care of me and my family, and I took the chance, and I end up
wow.
loving it.
And that was down here in Florida, or
Yes,
yeah,
here,
okay.
here.
That's
Here.
amazing to
I was
see.
raised in Puerto Rico and went to school and everything else. I couldn't even speak English, nothing at all. That's why you hear my accent and like it's broken. And I usually speak my Spanish, but I I took the fight down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Bonnie she's a staple on the South Florida boxing scene for sure. She's done it all. She is a judge and a coach, and she's just all over the place. I first saw Bonnie fight. It must have been about 1998 kickboxing. Bonnie the Cobra Canino. And when I moved down here and I saw her ringside at a fight at the Hard Rock, and someone said, "Yeah, that's Bonnie Canino," and I'm like, I know that name. Where do I know that name from? This is like 2013 already. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
Bonnie the
Oh, definitely.
Cobra.
That's it. Oh, you know your history. That's real good. That's very
Well,
good.
yeah,
She's the one who started me off.
I used to watch her fight in Atlantic City.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, when she
yeah.
was kickboxing. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great person, in and out of the ring. She's a wonderful person, and she's the one started me off. And now I got a pack of boys in my own gym which I opened 3 months ago, my own gym, and it's so much boys now that I got. I'm overwhelmed. Now next weekend I'm going for Rosalinda Rodriguez for the WBC. It's nonstop, working, and just trying to make their dreams come true since I already made mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Back up. Rosalinda has a WBC title fight coming up.
Yep. It's
Nice.
it's a international world title, and Nelson's making that happen because she well deserve it. So we're doing as much as possible to getting her ready now, and you'll see me right in Atlanta, Georgia next weekend. Then after that is McQueen, Harold McQueen, the BKB, a champion. I got to go to Philly with him. So nonstop, I'm moving with these boys and girls, and it's just it overwhelms me because just to see their smile, their happiness, it just fulfills me.
Yeah. And you work with amateurs also. I've seen you at the last two amateur events that I went to.
Yes. I went.
Yeah.
I have a couple of amateur boys, and it's a shame. It's a shame because my amateur it's a lot better than my pros. It's so funny.
Really.
He's a
Well,
superstar.
you know what? They'll be pros soon enough.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
most
know.
definitely. Oh yeah. I'll have my hands full by next year because I'm turning 3 of them pro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. What are their names? The amateurs that are about to turn pro. We like to
I
watch it.
have Gene. I have Brian Gene Paul. He's my heavyweight. I'm gonna turn him out to cruiserweight. Because of his height, he's a little small. That's one of them. I have another one, Martin. He's the one, my 135 pound Martin Carvalho. He's, oh my God, sensational. He's got over 100 fights, champion, national Golden Glove champion. He's he's gonna be, a handful. He's gonna be real good. And my other one needs maybe next year, but I'm just undecisive yet. But yeah, them two, they're gonna be pro next year. Then I have Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Rambo.
I have Kevin Reed. I have
Yeah.
Joe, my heavyweight, BKB. That we just do it. He just fought also. I don't know if you guys saw him. And I have Alberto, my 185-pounder. So it keeps on going.
That's quite a stable.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So Rambo's gonna go back to fighting with BKFC, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. He just needs a little, fixing a little bit with his life, but he's already back in my gym, and he's pushing himself. He's pushing himself.
Yeah. He's always been a self motivator. I met him when he was in the amateurs.
Yeah,
He
I knew
fought some
him
good fights in
since
the
he was
amateurs.
10 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing it. He's been at it for a while.
Yeah, hell yeah. So
So, like, what gives you the most satisfaction as a coach these days? Like,
my most satisfaction is, Rosalinda, um, my female. She motivates me a lot. She pushes me a lot. She puts me in check a lot. Um, and sometimes that's what real fighters do. Real fighters will put sometimes the coaches to a check. Let's do this. Let's do that. Don't forget this. We remember you got to write this down. You got to do this. And I love that. She motivate me. And then of course the one and only HD Howard Davids came into my gym, and I was like, what my eyes open, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And what can I do for you? And he says, your boxing skill level, I need it. I need it mentally, physically. I need it. And I was like, hey, let me see what you got. Let's see. And he came in with, and I'm gonna say it just like this. He came in with some downfalls, a lot of errors of bad habits, and going through coaches. And I know that these boys, and they want so much, but sometimes going, I call them gym hoppers. And when you are a gym hopper, you end up picking up so much bad habits of little bit of pieces of a lot of coaches that are not even coaches, because a lot of them is there for the money. I'm there for their heart and for them to achieve their career and in their goals. You can even tell Howard, since he stepped in my gym, I don't ask him not one penny. And I said, listen, I want to make your dream come true, because I'm about your heart. I'm about the way you so hungry that you want this. We're gonna make this happen. And we clicked it so well. And he says, you know what? That's why I came to you. This is the reason, because a lot of them, they're all about the money. They're all about the attention. They're all about not training you fully. Hard. I bust his ass all the time. I say, you ain't ran. You ain't leaving until you learn. You run. You ain't leaving until you give me those sprints. You see, sometimes this is what they need to accomplish, and what he did that night. And I show them, and I give them example. Right now I got bad knees. They even have to help me to go up to the stairs, to go up and talk to him. And you know what HD told me? He told me this, and they caught the picture, him looking at me, and he says, you know what, coach, you don't have to come up on the second round, because I'm going to finish it off because of your knees, because I
Yeah.
love you. Because I love you. I love you, and we're gonna make this shit happen.
Yeah.
And I told him, I studied James Brown. I pinpoint all his mistakes. I practiced and drilled those combinations over and over, counter punches and combinations, because you're not gonna be no more a 1-2 fighter. You're gonna throw multi punches that they don't know which one, what hand hit you, and that's the way we're gonna go out there and beat them, and that's what we did.
Nice.
Well, it worked. It worked. I
Right.
mean, he had the best performance of that night at BKFC. You know, if they gave out, did they give out fight of the night bonuses or what?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume he got it
I
right.
don't know how much, but I know he told me. He said, "Coach, you don't worry. On the 18th, you're gonna smile big time." I was like, "Okay, don't worry. I'm not about that. No. As I shine, you're gonna shine too, Coach. Right beside me.
Yeah, he's almost there, Ada. He's almost there. He's
He's
like,
gonna get it.
oh,
You know, and
he fought
he's
Kai for a belt. He's almost there. They're gonna give him another shot because he's really good. So
yeah.
And he's a big draw also. You know.
Yeah. I mean, he's been I've been giving him, calls with, a lot of pro fighters like, Bryce. I told Bryce, I need you on Southpaw. Stay on Southpaw and let's work with this, because and Bryce, since I know Bryce since he was maybe 12 years old, little jitty bugs, they call me mom, and they say whatever you want, we're gonna be there for you. And I'm like, good. So Bryce was the main root who really gave a good sparring match for HD. And at the end of that last sparring, y'all want to hear about it? Y'all want to know about it?
sure. Tell us about Bryce.
Oh
And
yeah.
It was war. It was a war. It was war to a point that Bryce told me, yo, for the first time, he got me tired. For the first time, I whatever you doing, Mom, you keep doing it. This boy's gonna go a lot further than he ever imagined.
Nice.
I've
Yeah,
never seen Bryce tired in a fight. His fights never last long enough for him to get tired.
Exactly. So, you gotta sometimes, when fighters are so good in boxing, at times you gotta be their mirror. You gotta do what they do. Why he's not getting tired? Why he's not throwing so much? Why all this? And we have to be that mirror so that we can stay with him and elevate. Okay, I see what are you doing. You want me to throw so much punches so I can get tired? I told HD, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be his mirror. And at around the 6th round, oh no, going on the 7th round, Bryce looked at me and he's like, oh Lord. I got my hands full. I said, stop talking to him. Stop telling him whatever you're telling him. I'm like, I ain't gonna tell you. It's just like you're playing checkers, man. You jump this way, we're gonna jump that way. You jump the other way, we're gonna jump this way. So but we're all family here, especially Bryce and Bobby. They really, really a family to us.
shout out to the Henry boys.
We love them. I love those boys. I love those boys.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
saying.
they're all great kids. They're always friendly. They're always out there, and they're great competitors. Um, yeah, it's a pleasure for us to work with them too. And
Yeah.
get to know him over the years and stuff like that. And his father too is a great guy. So
Yeah.
We were
Shout
saying
out
yeah.
Bobby
that
Senior.
Howard on here just a little while.
Glass mouth jaws.
We were talking about those slight adjustments. I mean, it definitely seems like Howard's got, everything he's going to need to get the job done. But it's those little technical aspects, I guess. It seems like he's picking up on and adjusting and getting a little bit better each and every time. So Would you agree with that? It's just little things each time that you're finding that you might have to just tweak with him. Is that what?
Yeah, look real good at the first round. When he went to reach and he crossed his feet, I yelled. I said, don't cross your feet. Don't reach for him. You gotta bait him. And if he doesn't come to you, just wait till that one punch he swings because he's slow. And which you're faster. The moment he swings, you go in.
Yeah.
Don't stay out because James Brown is a boxer. He does not know how to fight inside. So I picked that up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the first person I saw Howard fight that was same height as him. You know, he's used to fighting those guys a little bit smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah. So
And those small ones gives you a headache too. Those small ones give you a headache.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was, he's too short. He was having trouble finding him,
Right. They're a little shorter and you got to bend those knees. And sometimes a lot of guys are a little lazy to bend their knees to hit them.
Yeah.
But we're going to come and we're going to practice all sorts of guys. Whatever I told him, who's next. He was talking about something in Spain. And I told him, just give me a name. Just give me a name and I will know what to do. So I always ask God to give me this knowledge and the wisdom so I can overcome all these guys' weaknesses.
Yeah, well, I've seen you in the corner. I've seen you in the corner when Rosalinda was sparring with down at Fifth Street. I think it was even more than once, also. And you're right on top of it. You're some coaches aren't like that. They're not as verbal. And they're sitting back, and there's all right, but you're giving directions all the time.
All the time.
Nonstop and motivating, and
yes, yeah, you have to because remember we're the coaches. Where are the eyes that they can't see? We are their eyes, and we got to make sure. Okay, I want you to. Okay, you hit her as hard as you can in the head. Forget about the head. Let's beat down the body and let's see where the body, how she reacts. So those things you got to pick up. She got a strong jab. Okay, let's punch her in the arms. Let's start tearing up the arms. Canelo, that's his favoritism. He loves to hit those big guys on those arms so he can take away that jab. So I train my boys and my girls about that too.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Canelo Belenga fight?
I was good.
It was a good fight.
That Belenga would if he would have had a little bit more confidence. He could have had a couple of rounds, win in his favor. But waiting and he did good, but I knew that Canelo, his experience and his experience in this, it would override him.
Yeah.
Did you see when Berlanga was down here training? Did he come to your gym? I think didn't he spar with?
No,
he didn't spar Bryce or.
I wish he did. I wish he did.
Yeah.
I wish he did, and I guarantee you, right? Bryce will put it on him. I wish he did. But he did it. Sometimes a lot of fighters also. I'm not saying him. But it's a lot of fighters, sometimes they pick their own sparring partners that they can beat them. Yeah. And how are you gonna grow? How you gonna grow? You gotta fight somebody. You gotta spar somebody that's better than you to bring the best out of you. Yep. Now, if you don't have that, and you just said mellow just to protect yourself, it's good at some times. But when you ready to fight and you get to fight, you got to find someone that's way better than you or get you tired. My boys, what I do with HD? One come in, okay, you give me 3 rounds, then the one out. Give me the other one. I put about 3 to 4 boys to spar HD. HD is looking at me like, Coach, you crazy? I said, no, in this sport, you got to be insane. And he's laughing at me like, you crazy. I say, you're going to go with 4 boys. And 4 boys going to try to beat your ass. And he puts it, and he put it on them. And then when he's finished, he throws himself in the ring in the floor. And he's like, I'm done. Holy crap, I did 12. He ends up doing 12 rounds. And I'm like, I'm telling you, 5 rounds ain't going to mean nothing to you. It's going to be like water.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Berlanga, what I hear about Berlanga from coaches that have worked with him, he's got tools that he doesn't show in his fights.
He
You
got
know?
it. It's just, I think it's because he's young. He's still growing. But now I'm hearing through the grapevine that he wants to quit. He want to retire. They all
Oh,
say that when they
He only made
lose. You ain't heard that? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that Berlanga wanted to retire, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, man, come on, man.
He only got paid 700,000. What is
it's like Lopez Tespino. Tespino said the same thing. I will retire. Man, y'all stop playing. Because when they end up losing, they want to retire. No, it's when you need to get back up and see what you are made of, you know? And it's just a learning lesson. Okay, I did not do this right. I'm going to make it sure that, I got to correct my mistakes.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he can, man. I hope he finds it. I hope he finds
Yeah.
that,
He's
that discipline.
good fighter. He is a good fighter. He's still young. He
He
got
went
a
the
whole
distance
future
with the
ahead
champ.
of him.
Right?
Hmm?
Went the distance with the champ.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're going to 3rd round. Oh my God. Let's see if he has, and it showed that he's been working hard. Because a shot like that, it's whether you get up and you get wobbly or you just stay down. But he got up, and I look at his legs, and he did not show no sign that he was hurt.
Yeah.
It was like a shock. It was like you turn off a light and you turn it back on. He's like, oh, okay, I'm up. And that showed that he had been practicing very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was I think a good move for him moving down here instead of staying in New York, because up in New York they all get caught up in the lifestyle, and
True.
it's
Too many
all
people over here in Florida is the heat, and but heat.
yeah.
There ain't no sun. There's no snow. You're gonna get it here, So I hope if he moves down here, it'll be good for him.
Yeah, well, he's been training up there in, is it Tampa or whatever, with those guys, a lot of those pro box fighters that are really good. Some of them are former Olympians and stuff
Are you
like that.
talking about Coach Nelson Rodriguez? What they're over there in Orlando area. There's a lot of newbie, a lot of there's a lot of them up there. And that's a good area. That's a good area.
Yeah, and it's whatever, it's been good for him. So let's hope, again, let's hope he keeps it up, and he's got the world on his shoulders now,
Yep.
or the world in his hands, the world in his palms. That's what I meant to say.
So between all you 3 lovely men, from the last and to right now to the fight of HD, what is one thing that you've seen that it was improved?
Yeah, I would say a lot of little technical aspects. It was little small things that I noticed about him that he adjusted. And he seemed a little bit more calm, just calmer in the ring itself. He gave it time. It's like you were saying, you wait for him. HD had an ability to attack. He always attacked a lot. Now he's finally finding his footing, I think, and he's taking his time.
Good. What about you? Come on.
Yeah.
I want to hear from all
I just
y'all
saw the
three.
highlights
I want to hear
of
all
that.
3 of you guys.
Yeah, I just saw the highlights of the BKFC fight. I wasn't there, but I was impressed with the combinations that he was putting together, for sure. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking his shots a lot more and not and connecting than when I first saw him seven
His
fights.
accuracy.
His accuracy, yeah, he was. He throw one like this, but I haven't seen that in his last couple of fights. I've seen him, target market a lot more.
A lot of pad work.
Yeah,
I will give him, no lie, maybe about 30 rounds per week of pad work. And one thing that he did not have, and I caught it real quick, he did not have this, his mental mindset. Where you said, Mike, where you said that he was more relaxed.
Yeah.
He doesn't get relaxed. He wasn't relaxed when he came to me. He was like bah, 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 and doing nonsense movements. Like, why are you moving like that? Why are you gassing out like that? So he was like tense. So I showed him how to be water and how to be fire. So I told him, what shuts off fire? He says water. So water, it's calm. And you got to mentally stay calm. With fire, you got to explode when it's necessary. When you see a shot, you take advantage of it. Yo, I was like mentoring this boy on and on and on and over and over. And now he makes all his sparring partners like, yo, I don't know if I want to go with him tomorrow. I don't. He's kicking my ass. Like, now he's like getting tired. It's just because now he's more relaxed mentally and physically. That's what we've been working on.
yes, good work, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be that way. Rosa's that way. Rosa came to me, and then in the fourth round, her mouth is open. Why your mouth is open? Why? Why you're not relaxed? I don't know how to do it. So then we practice and practice, and now here you go, going on for the International WBC.
Yeah.
Yeah. What date is that again?
Is under the undercard Alicia Baumgartner.
Oh, okay.
The 27th of September in Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
So I'm glad that HD feels the way he feels now. He's having fun, and I'm like, go have fun. You well deserve it. But I want your ass back in the ring next week.
So if you're gonna go to Disney World, do it quickly.
Go have your fun for this week. Come back and we got to start working. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ada. So another thing that I did notice is he gets down on himself too easily.
True.
So I've seen his confidence. It's building. It's building.
Yes.
He's a lot more confident.
He came down and problems, with family and sometimes financial and sometimes him not believing in himself so much. So I'm telling you, you have to be an all-around coach. You really do. You have to be an all-around coach. You have to just not train them, but you got to sit day in and day out. You got to sit with them. How you doing? What's bothering you? What do you need? You need this. I got you. Okay, now what's going on with your kids? I can watch them. Yo, you gotta be an all-around coach, and that's what makes them grow fast. And like they'll rely on you. Like, dang, this is what I needed, and that's what he needed. He said that I was God sent. And I'm like, yo, it's an all-around coach you must do. So now you're building yourself and get close to God, yes, but you gotta, the way you speak it, whatever you speak out of your mouth, you have to live it, and you gotta live it. You gotta act on it, because if you can speak it and then 5 minutes you got bad news on the phone, then there you go. Oh, now you're down again. No, stay up. You gotta stay up and always stay picking up your feet. And there's another thing I taught them. I say, HD, you gotta have your circle small. You gotta have a small circle in your life, because the ones that are not here now, while you're grinding every day with me, where are they? Are they calling you because you need something? Or they picking up your kids? Or I got you, I'm gonna take you to the park, your besties, your this, your that. No one is not there. When you get back, you go all the way up. Watch how they're gonna come around.
Yeah.
You guys know that. You will all I'm speaking the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So I keep myself. I know I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm a multi-world champion, but I keep my circle small. And I train these kids, and I love doing it. You gotta love what you do.
How many times have you won?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yo, they got my record real wrong on this box rec thing. I feel like punching them. In reality, I am 24 wins, 2 losses, only 2 losses, and I think 8 knockouts.
And what does BoxRec say?
They say 20. I got 20 wins, 5 losses. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Where I get 5 losses from? I'm like, Lord have mercy. Well, it is what it is. Who cares? Huh?
7-time champion?
Yes.
And what are those? What were those for?
The IBF, WIBA, IBA. I got about because I got in 2 weight categories. I got the 118 and 122. And then when I went to Denmark and I fought Anita Christensen, if you look into that fight, you'll be like, oh no. So we went to court. The Warriors, the Indian tribe, I was with them with the Warriors, and they all went to court, and I got my belt back.
Wow. And you still have all these belts? You still
Yeah.
Nice.
I got some of them. Look.
Yeah, let's see.
You guys y'all like little kids. I got 2 of them here.
Nice. Oh wow.
There you go.
Those are nice.
And the other one is in somewhere. It's in my watch. Oh, it's mopped. Oh, I can't go out there. Y'all out of gas now. See, but that's 2 of them, and then out there, I have a beautiful porch that I built a gym. I built my own gym just in case it rains and pours. Guess what? Rosalinda has to still work out.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
right.
But those are 2 that I show you.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's
So 7-time champ. You're the first 7-time champ we've had on.
I'm the first Puerto Rican too. I don't know what's been saying. A lot of people been talking about somebody saying that they are the first Puerto Rican female fighter. Nah, look at my record.
You mean Amanda?
I'm not saying names. You won't get me in trouble, man. I'm gonna mess you up, dog.
She's a New Yorker. That's the thing. She grew up in New York.
It's a difference. I'm from Rio Piedra, Puerto Rico. I spit my Spanish. I dance. I eat. I'm just all around Puerto Rico. My dad, my father is from Rio Piedra, Puerto Rico. It's by San Juan. It's right there by the airport. And I used to live in the mountains chasing chickens and eggs and Oh my God. I live my life like a hardcore Puerto Rican that was like in a farm, and it was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's some good stuff. So, who do you think is the current face of Puerto Rican boxing? Because they all talk about that. You know.
Puerto Rican
Yeah. Who's the current face of Puerto Rican boxing?
or female or
Well, let's
fe-
do a male first.
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's I'm gonna tell you that while when Felix and Miguel Cotto came out, now you see all these other ones, especially at the 130, 135 pounders are coming up. There's I don't know what their names are, you know. And then of course female is Amanda, and I give it to her, you know. Um, but that's I don't know good the names in the Puerto Rican ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if
I
I see
think.
their face, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think top rank, wants it to be Xander, and Berlanga wants it to be him. Well, actually, neither of them really care about that. They both said it. They're like, I don't care about being the face of Puerto Rican
Yeah.
boxing, but everybody else,
Alexander, Alexander's a real good, prospect, a good, great fighter, very strong. He's real good. He's just young and he needs to learn a lot more. But hey, there's in due time, in due time,
Oh yeah, he's
in
got
due
plenty
time.
of time.
Yeah, he's still young. We call
Yeah.
him I call him Jitty Bugs. just just rise a
Gets.
star. They're doing good. They're doing good.
Yeah. Yep. Well, good stuff, Coach. We enjoyed having you on. Do you have any last words? Do you have any shout outs? Any other
Shout
news?
out. Please, please, please stay tuned. September 27th, Rosalinda will be world champion soon. She'll have that title and bring it home. And then HD is gonna be my male, world champion. A great guy. I love him. They're like my kids, and we'll have many. I will have many and many more championships, and I already did my part. Now is their part. You guys, I want to thank you guys for having me, on this broadcast. I appreciate and highly respect, especially when a man wants to hear from a female, aspect. Man, that means a lot to me. That means I'm doing my job real good. And I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, look, I thought Rosalinda should have had her shot years ago because I remember those rankings because I used to watch those rankings closely, and I think the WBC had her one or two or something for a while, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden she's not in the rankings. I'm like, what happened? They
What
were.
she blew out her knee. Her knee. She
Yeah.
she she tore a ligament and went operation. So she was out for
Right.
quite a while. And then when she wanted to make a comeback, then we had problems with promoters out there that didn't, wasn't moving so much for her. And now we deal with Nelson Lopez and Vic from Dynamic, from huh for All In. They've been so supportive for Rosalinda, and I mean we're blessed to have them in our lives.
Yeah. In fact, I think I DM'd Eddie Hearn directly. I'm like, why is this? They had a title fight between it was like a number 8 ranked against a number 14 ranked, and I'm like, where are the South Florida fighters? You got two girls from South Florida in the same weight class that are ranked above these two that are fighting for your title. One of them was Rosalinda, and the other one was Maureen.
Right.
Like they're both ranked higher. Where are they?
I guess they want to just protect their fighters. Come on, guys. Am I right
Yeah,
or wrong? They want to just protect their fighters.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They
yeah,
want, they want to protect them. and they stay defeated, you can just defeat your titles once a year, and then you're done. That's it. They're happy. And I was like, man, if they only have that shot for Rosa but hey, patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it paid off. She gets this belt, and she'll be in line for the world title. Yeah.
The world title, exactly. She'll
Yeah,
be lined up for the next.
I've been
Yeah.
wanting to get you on for some time, Ada. So I'm so happy we finally made it come on. I'm so glad I saw you at the fights, and I wish you luck, your new gym, luck, and we'll be seeing you again for sure.
Man, y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta slide through, man. I mean, look at all the boys when you be like sweating and everybody. Like I be telling everybody, y'all better not bring no bottles of water. Y'all better bring a gallon of water, a towel. We got ready to get. You got to get ready to work. It's all about. A lot of people are just spoiled, and they forget where they go. They got to go down to their roots and start learning how to throw a freaking jab, which a lot of people don't like it, and knowing that the jab is the most important thing in boxing, So, but hey, I'm doing my best with them.
Yep.
Sounds good. Good stuff, Coach.
All right, so love you guys. Thank you for everything, guys, and I'm hope to see you soon. And Steve, thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. Matt, thank you, Mike. Thank you so much.
That was great. And obviously, looking over your shoulder, I found Nemo, just in case you were looking for him.
Oh, don't mess with my Nemo. Oh, I got Dory too. Don't forget Dory.
Yeah, she had a movie. See that? Look at that, Disney. They've been in Ada Velez's house the whole time.
Y'all looking all around my house. Look at y'all. Y'all crazy.
So, well, listen, and best of luck on the 27th.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That's not far. Maybe we should road trip up there.
Man, come on, man. Wear a black. I think it's a black and white tuxedo.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Is it like a? Who's the
gotta
promoter
look
for that?
Y'all gotta look good.
All right, well, check into it.
I see y'all soon. Okay.
All right.
All right. Be good.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you too. Good night.
Love you
Bye.
too. So that's the show, Matt.
Yeah, heard.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad she's getting that shot. She could have gotten that shot a while ago, and they gave it to someone like Ebony Bridges or something like that instead. Who, where is she now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she's more talented. Maureen's more.
I got to point out one thing that Ada was saying. I didn't jump back in and cut into that, but exactly what she was saying. First of all, twofold, because one, her training HD like that, and obviously he's a BKFC fighter, and I've said this before, but you have to have that boxing skill to be in that sport. I think Luis Palomino is an amazing fighter, right? He's got that brawl ability. We've seen some of his wars, and he's been so amazing to that sport, into that division. Yet when Austin Trout came and met him, he had a little bit of trouble. Why? Because Austin Trout is a natural boxer. And I think having that boxing ability, learning from boxing coaches who have done it and won world titles that way, to come in and take that as an advantage, into a sport like that, I think is really going to change the game. I think a lot of BKFC fighters that are fighting there now need to kind of look at, getting that ability of training. I'm not doubting that some of their trainers are amazing as they are, but if they don't have that boxing mentality, or they don't have that boxing championship mentality, pick up a second trainer, just find somebody else, add them to your repertoire and see what you can do. Because I'd love to see that turn into more of a boxing type of thing rather than just brawling all the time.
Did you see the cut on the UFC girl's face this past weekend?
I didn't see it.
Matt?
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Yeah, that was pretty. It
was about 2 inches wide when you went like that, and it went all the way down.
Yeah.
Her face.
Was that from an elbow or a knee?
It was from I think an elbow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But it was nasty, like one of the nastiest cuts I've ever seen.
Well, one thing I'm going to add on to what I was just saying about Ada is that she was talking about between the rounds, the things that she was saying to HD to make sure, hey, don't do that, don't do this. And she says, you have to talk to the fighters. You have to let them know what's going on, right? Because you're the eyes and ears of what's going on from your angle. And I think that's 100% true. We've all talked about that on the show. And if people haven't heard me say this before, I think Emmanuel Stewart was probably the best trainer ever in the world, in my opinion. And I challenge you to find a fight where Manny Stewart was standing in the corner and he didn't speak from bell to bell. He's like, okay, this is what I see. This is exactly what's happening to do this, and this, and this. Where other trainers might just be saying, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. Or, careful. Or, those things aren't helpful. The fighters need to hear a lot. They need to get that information in there. And what people don't realize is that boxing, bare knuckle, all these combat sports, they're team sports. That's not an individual in there. It should never be the on his own or her own, standing inside that ring or cage, trying to fight for themselves. It has to be a team sport. The whole team has got to step up and say, this is what has to change. This is what you should be doing. Remember our training. Remember this or that, or code words or anything that has to do with getting that fighter to change up a little bit of what they're doing, since they don't have the insight of knowing what's going on, what's right in front of them from that angle, that vantage point.
Yes, sir.
Well, you also hear a lot of coaches that just say work, 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 and they don't strategize. She strategizes. She says exactly what to to look out for, what to throw, or something like that. She'll be specific. A lot of coaches like work, work, get at it, which is stuff that's like obvious,
right?
And
Last
it's not really that motivating either. So,
last words, Mike.
No, I think we had a pretty
Steve's got to go eat or sleep or something. It's a 8:45.
We had a pretty active last weekend, I think, with fighting. We got a lot more big fights coming up. Still can't wait for this Bivol better BA fight that's coming. Of course, you got Usyk and Fury on the horizon again coming. And, Jaime Munguia is getting back in the ring. I don't know if you saw that too. So I'm curious to see what he does to step up after his loss, build himself back up. And Matt, you were talking about Zurdo Ramirez. He's got a fight coming up in November, right? He's
it's a unification bout because now he's got the belt. So he's got the WBO belt.
I thought it was WBC. Isn't it the BC? You know what? I don't even know.
You got to check. I got to double check. He's got one of them, and he's fighting Callum Smith has got the other one.
Yeah, I could see him cleaning up that division. We've said he's a great fighter. Obviously, we know he was great at super middleweight. He did well at light heavy, but he stumbled with Bivol. What are you going to do? And
it's Bivol.
Yeah. Bivol, right? I mean, Canelo stumbled. We know it's Bivol, right? So that's he put that past himself and just keep on moving forward. But at cruiserweight, I think he could do a great job. When we had him on the show last time, he was talking about, I'm at light heavy now. He said, but he's got that body. He said, I can see myself moving up to heavyweight. So this is the step to get there, right?
Yeah.
See what he can do at cruiserweight at 200 pounds. Let's see, his capabilities. Look, Usyk just did it. Evander Holyfield did it once before him, right? Unify at cruiserweight on the heavyweight and see what you can do.
Well, I want to see if there's any truth to that Berlanga retiring, because I haven't heard anything about that he wants to retire. I don't see why he'd make that kind of decision now. It's close after his last fight. Yeah.
It's the mindset, right? Because he lost and he's like, I don't know what to do with myself now. I've lost. Look, you weren't going to win every fight. I mean, it's almost an improbable feat. But to be able to put himself out there like he did to fight Canelo as well as he did, that's a great stepping stone. Like we were talking about how Canelo fought Mayweather all those years ago, right? And Canelo stumbled with Mayweather, but he learned so much. He's become such a better fighter because of it. And then look what Canelo's been able to do now. So now here's Berlanga on the other side of that coin, right? So hopefully he learned a lot from that fight. And he realized, I mean, his second that he got dropped, he realized what he did wrong. You could see it in his eyes. He knew what he did wrong. And he'll learn from it. He's got a lot of big fights in his future. And I think this fight really put him on the map. It padded his pockets a little bit as well. And it put him on the map. And, we can see him fighting like a Munguia or somebody else in the future, not the near future. And we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. Follow all the platforms, the Fighting News on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We need people to watch videos on YouTube. That's how we
roll, Steve.
get to do these podcasts. So follow, like, subscribe, share.
Drop
Check
a
us out next
comment.
Tuesday. Drop a comment. And next Tuesday, special guest coming.
Yep. We'll
Thank
let you
so
know,
much.
guys.
Pat, last words?
Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Be awesome.
Deuces.
Good night, everyone.